Hey everybody, Maurice Miller, Wealth Advisor, Redwood Financial Network. Want to talk today about building generational wealth. A lot of times when we talk about generational wealth, we only look at it from the aspect of the wealthy, but really building generational wealth is a combination of not only action but ideologies about how we approach certain things. So ask yourself, especially for those who have children, if God forbid you were to die today, what would they be left with? Is that a bill? Is that an asset? Or even now, as you're building, are you making provision for them? See, that's the big difference between building generational wealth and generational poverty. We can talk a lot about access and opportunity, and don't get me wrong, I don't downplay those things. They are equally as important, but so is the decisions that we make. So, for instance, when we go to even spend a dollar may not be a big deal to you or I, but in the grand scheme of things, as we spend dollar upon dollar, how are those dollars impacting our children? If we have kids, are we thinking about the dollars that we spend? How will it impact their children? And sometimes when we get too short sighted and caught up in what we want, we don't think about our future. And at the end of the day, they lose out. So unfortunately, we're not seeing that building going on in a lot of our communities. And a lot of it is just simply we're not thinking about it. If we really thought about what would happen to a community if we made the right decision today, and also what would happen if we made the wrong decision, it would shape the way we think, especially financially. No generation should be worse off than the previous one, but unfortunately, that's the situation that we're dealing with because not enough people have thought about the future. So let me show you what this means. Assume, let's take for my scenario, a family where let's say one person, single mother, household, didn't get a chance to advance her education herself, but she sacrificed maybe some finer things, whether it was a nicer car, nicer clothes for their kids so that they can go to school themselves. Well, now you have a first generation who is educated within the family. So then, now that this person is educated, then when they have kids, not only can they steer them in a direction of education, but hopefully now with this next generation, they have set assets aside to actually pay for the education. So now this next generation not only will go to school, but now they're going to school without having to pay for it. See, this thing can go on and on and on if we make the right decisions. But on the flip side of that, if we take our money and don't do basics like buy life insurance, spend our money on things that lose value, essentially the only thing that we're going to build throughout generations is more and more poverty. So again, when you think about building generational wealth, it's no further than the decision that you make today.